Oh, greetings! Welcome to World of Monsters. Today actually I want to talk about a video that was kind of inspired by PewDiePie's latest video where he talked about the reasons why he doesn't like Marvel. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about something about our channel here and what I do. And this is something I've thought about for a while. And yes, there will be a lot of jump cuts in this video as I want to get my thoughts out to you guys in a cohesive manner without having to rehearse and make it unnatural. So something we noticed, my wife and I, is the kind of fan base, not necessarily fan base, but the interest in American movies. I mean, American movies are big worldwide and people love them, people watch them because of the production level, the quality, right? It's the top market, the top place in the world for producing movies. But a lot of moviegoers in the US are actually pretty serious and take it to a whole nother level. And I've always known this, and I'm quite a moviegoer myself, and I've watched a lot of movies over the years, believe me, but I don't know as many facts on each movie as a lot of people I meet here do. And what I mean is they'll know who wrote the story, the director, what other movies that director did. There's a lot of movie hobbyists or movie enthusiasts in the States. And I mean a lot because I mean as a hobby, watching movies and being an enthusiast of movies is bound to happen and you're gonna have such hobbyists, but I'm starting to think there's a little bit too many and there's a little bit too much idolization. And this connects with part of the ending of the PewDiePie video where he was talking about idolizing false characters, people in costumes and such. And he was talking about the latest Avenger movie and how superheroes died in it and how it's a big deal. And I agree with him on that. For example, my Alien videos and such, and I'm gonna get to another point here soon. I've talked a little bit in my videos, but a lot in the comments section with you guys about the what's canon in Alien, what should happen, what did they screw up, what's getting better, things like that. And people are so attached to that, and people are so attached to what's canon like it really matters. I mean, if you're working in the field, I can understand. If you're working in Hollywood or you're a story writer, you've got something more serious connected to the whole lore. But if you don't, hey, these guys created the lore, they can screw it up, right? So if you want to do it better, go ahead and make your own little fan-created line of stories and artwork. But people shouldn't fuss that much about what's actually going on in false lore of video games and movies. Games I could understand more because games you get attached to, you play them more. Movies you get attached to somewhat, but hey, they screw them up and then they make more, just like with Spider-Man. How many versions of the first Spider-Man did they make? And I understand with children, it's fine. The children can get attached and, you know, kind of grow out of it over time. But there's a lot of adults out there that get so connected with that. And that begs the question is, kind of as PewDiePie asked at the end of his video with his pertaining topic, is this okay? Is there a little bit of a problem in our society? I kind of connect this to the idea of why I don't watch a lot of team sports, because I believe in the idea of playing something instead of watching somebody else play. And that kind of connects with video game plays, video game play videos as well, right? But I understand why there is such a big group of people out there that do watch sports, that do watch things instead of doing them. And it's all down to how our society is built, how majority of people go to work full-time 40 hours or more, particularly in countries like North America, the United States, and that just drains them of their energy, it drains them of their creativity and will to want to do something on their own, especially something that requires more energy and activities such as sports. You don't want to go all day, especially if you have a physical job, work 8 hours, 10 hours, come back home, and then go outside and play football with a group of guys. You probably want to relax, drink some beer, and watch it on TV and cheer them on, and then start connecting with that more and more and buy the t-shirts and all that. And see, that's where it all connects. And it's the same kind of with this movie stuff where people get so attached to the lores of movies because they don't really have anything creative going on the side. Most creative people, I'm saying people that are creators and are sculpting or painting or writing, they don't get that attached to that stuff unless they build their artistic career around that and bettering that and disagreeing. And I agree with that. That's like playing football instead of watching it on TV. Instead of talking all the bad about these movies or something that you disagree with, then make a YouTube channel and tell people how it should be better, how it could be better, and show it to people, right? So anyway, that's one thing I wanted to hear your thoughts thoughts about. Do you think that's okay in society, or do you think people are just becoming such a almost slave, did I say slave? Well, yes, overworked race that majority of us just don't have the enthusiasm, energy, motivation to do something that's creative, so we get too attached to things that really are not worth it, possibly. I mean, if we want to get deeper here, more on maybe a spiritual level, if you believe in life after life, or what we do here goes on in eternity, the scope of thought here, or this meditation that I tend to do sometimes, it's a psychological and just an analytical way of looking at your reality and how you're living it, is imagine that after death, you're a ghost, or you're in another spiritual dimension, but you're looking back at how the world keeps going after you've left it, and how all your actions and impacts continued on to your children, to family, and through all the work you've created. And in the thinking in that perspective, if you're just a, let's say, common folk that goes to work, comes home, do you think you spent your time on Earth in the best possible manner? Anyway, sorry, I wasn't planning on venturing that far out there, but just an interesting little meditation to take a moment every month or every year and look back at your life and seeing how you're affecting things and proceeding through it, progressing through it. But now the main point I guess I had along the spectrum of thought was also, am I the best person to be doing this on YouTube? Am I truly a monster master? I've met some pretty awesome people lately, and I tell them, oh, I do this on YouTube, and then we just start talking about movie monsters. Now, keep in mind, I'm focusing here on the movie monster aspect of the channel, because we do monsters of everything, as you may know, cryptozoology, mythology, game monsters, everything. But I'm talking particularly about movie monsters here, and I'll talk with them, and we'll get into discussions about the different mistakes and cool things they've done in movies and all this kind of stuff. And then I realize, damn, this person knows a lot of stuff about these movies. That took me maybe hours of research, but for them, it feels so natural. And then I get to thinking, wouldn't they be much better spokespeople on this channel to talk about movie monsters? And I'm sure that I have a lot of followers or viewers out there that are like that know these details to every movie, every scene, what the director was thinking, what the writers, who the writers were. I mean, that takes me research. And then what happens after I release that video, after some months, I'm moving on to the next monster, because I got thousands, literally I have thousands of monsters to cover on this channel, and I want to kind of keep moving through it, right? So what happens by that point actually is that I forget a lot of this information, but these true fans of all these different horror movies and monster movies, they don't forget that they live this stuff. They could be awesome at YouTube. I question my ability and maybe my enthusiasm is questioned through that process, right? But I question my ability as a proper information giver from that aspect of movie monsters. But then I realized that the whole reason why I started this is because I love animals. I love exploring new things in nature, in biology, in ecology, and analyzing monsters of movies or mythology is a way I can explore new biology and ideas that haven't necessarily been explored, because as I say in my introduction video to this channel, is that our planet is largely already explored, unless you're gonna go really in depth out there and spend years looking into new things. So I took basically another route to explore new creatures, new things in biology, in life, and that we can find through movies, cryptozoology, mythological creatures, and all those fantastical creatures out there that may or may not be fantastical, and that's what's also fun to learn. So that's really where a lot of my passion comes from, as well as going deeper into psychology, talks of spirituality, and so simply just exploration of life and reality, and monsters are an excellent place to start that in an entertaining way and very interesting way. So am I the best? Do I know all the directors, every movie? No, I don't. But that's what makes this beautiful too, because when I do this channel with you guys, I learned through it many, many things. And of course, I'll forget things here and there, but there is a reservation area in my brain that holds the information that's important, or at least clips of the information that I presented. So anyway, I guess in summary, there were two topics I wanted to discuss with you, and that was one, do you think that people are over-focusing on movies? And so that's the kind of the first topic. Let me know what your thoughts are. And the second topic I guess I wanted to talk about is being a monster master, and I guess working through some feedback with myself, in myself, and with you guys about what I'm doing here on the channel and why I love it and why it will always be here no matter how YouTube treats smaller creators. And I think on that note, I am finished here, and I should probably shout out some things that help me support the channel more, which is my new website. It'll be in the comments section. I'm going to put the display there. And what else? I'm also on Instagram, and I am creating things on the side, artworks that you can check out, and I'll be doing more 3D sculpting. Thank you for supporting me, this channel, and I hope this wasn't too long. Until next time, have a great day or night, wherever you are.